Hi, everyone. Let's wait for a couple minutes. People are joining. Hi, everyone. Again, welcome to the webinar. Thanks for joining us. My name is German Osin, and I'm a senior solution architect at Provectus. I'm excited to welcome everybody on our webinar dedicated to the first open source data discovery and observability platform. The platform is designed with both data people and ML engineers in mind. This webinar is brought to you by Provectus. A few comments on logistics before we begin. You are welcome to ask any questions as we go in the GoToWebinar question tab. We will answer them during the Q&A session at the end of the webinar. We will share a webinar recording with you shortly after the session. We will start with an introduction, then discuss the main challenges that modern data teams face. Next, we will talk about the business value of proper data discovery and observability. Take a look at solutions on these categories available on the market and share our opinionated implementation. Finally, we will go deeper into common use cases and we'll show you the demo of our product. Let me introduce the core team of contributors of ODD platform that we're doing to discuss today. Myself, German Osin, Nikita Dementiev, senior software engineer, and Elena Godina, our product manager. So let's look at the challenges modern data teams commonly have to face when it comes to data discovery and ensuring data quality and uptime. We see three main pain points in data science at this moment. The first one is the onboarding of new data science engineers. Data discovery, search, trust, compliance of data, and of course, data observability, the most modern challenge. Ability to understand your data in order to improve the quality of end products and monitor black box issues. But first, to get known each other a bit better, let me ask you, how would you describe the level of adoption of data catalogs in your company? I will start poll in a second. Let me check. So yeah, I'm starting a poll. We'll wait for a couple of minutes. So it looks like we received most answers. I'm closing the poll and showing results. Yeah, as we can see, the most are exploring open source products. That's good for us. And we're trying to understand data catalogs or actively building data catalogs in house. That's a good. So thank you for your answers. Let me continue. 1 second. So as an AI-first consultancy, we at Provectus are working closely with our clients and helping with AI adoption. We found that there is a set of common issues across all companies, no matter if they are startup or an enterprise. First, and the biggest issue, is that all data professionals express dissatisfaction with their data discovery process. They spend at least a quarter of their time searching and evaluating existing data. Second, as data volumes rapidly grow, people dealing with it in organizations start to increasingly face new challenges that never existed before. Meanwhile, new SLA requirements need more observability, which heavily depends on real end-to-end lineage, data quality assurance, and data pipelines monitoring. The important consequence of these 3 points is stagnation or blocking of AI implementation efforts. While implementing AI with #1 goal of many companies, without the proper automation, these efforts can be too costly and make companies prematurely stop their AI transition, leaving them at disadvantage in the booming market. Oh, sorry. Here is what the landscape of the existing data catalogs look like according to our research. While these products are good, they either heavily rely on proprietary agenda, blocking data with them and limiting data sources that you can use with them. They were designed with focus on a narrow scope of specific issues and might not fit your business requirements well enough. For example, open source data catalogs are mostly coming from the big tech companies like Lyft, Airbnb, LinkedIn. They were targeting very specific problems each of their parent companies had. These products are not easy to introduce to a company's infrastructure and start getting value. You need to install a lot of complex prerequisites first. For example, to run a data hub catalog from LinkedIn, you will first need to install Kafka, MySQL, Elasticsearch, and so on. All that just to get the data catalog at your disposal. It's not a quick or simple and still leaves you with high barrier for adding other catalogs, ML tools, and getting proper data quality assurance. At the same time, there are a lot of software as a service products focusing on specific problems, but their downside, in our opinion, is a lack of metadata. So our findings inspired us to propose our own vision and implementation of what could fix all the discovered gaps. In the last 30 years, the data landscape has been rapidly changing and growing. This growth led the increased complexity of data pipelines, data structures, the structure of data teams, and data tools. So the market moved from initially chaotic siloed data to data warehouses, then first metadata-based tools and data catalogs. In 2000s, the volume and structure of data became more complicated due to need to manage it using metadata, and the first generation of data tools evolved. In 2010s, with the growing appreciation of data assets and the advent of data-driven culture, the era of data catalogs began. In recent years, they developed a new requirement to assure data quality. Companies are becoming more aware that data is a crucial element of their production pipelines. Pipelines need to be monitored because they're constantly changing. In order to manage not only well-known, but also unpredictable black box issues, it is necessary to ensure good observability of data pipelines. And there is no open source observability solution on the market yet. So that's why we decided to come up with our own in collaboration with our clients and partners. We decided to do the following: to make integration simple, fast, and predictable across all business units, use an open standard and not limit the system to certain data catalogs, and establish a protocol instead. Make the development of both the standard and catalog open source, and collaborate with all other vendors. It's much easier to develop this type of product when a community and database vendors actively collaborate. Build an open source data catalog on top of open data discovery standard to make metadata interchangeable across organizations. Make machine learning entities like model artifacts and training pipelines first-class citizens in the data catalog to provide real end-to-end lineage. In a more ML-specific data flow, we see a lot of entities that are specific to ML, like machine learning pipelines, model experiments, model metrics, model artifacts, machine learning production services, and so on. And it's crucial for machine learning that you have a whole picture of where data came from, how it evolved, and what are its characteristics in order to be able to build a model with maximum business value output. Here is an illustration of before and after Open Data Discovery specification, showing how it closes the gaps in the existing data discovery processes. Before, machine learning pipelines, feature stores, data quality entities were absent from data discovery solutions. Open Data Discovery brings them in through the specification, closing these crucial gaps. In the Open Data Discovery system, we treat machine learning entities as first citizens. They are the type of data consumers or data transformers. This picture shows how the Open Data Discovery specification take advantage of integrations with other tools, in particular with other open standards, to provide the next level of data observability. In this case, it integrates with OpenTelemetry to leverage it for data quality monitoring and observability. OpenTelemetry uses metadata to gather metrics, monitor them for anomalies, and alert owners of data assets about arising issues. Meanwhile, Open Data Discovery uses metadata to build end-to-end lineage and enrich alerts with information about what other data entities were affected. As a result, all owners of data entities affected by negative changes will immediately get smart alerts. On this slide, you can see general business benefits from Open Data Discovery. The first, and I think the biggest one, is a metadata democratization, which will reduce time to discovery, time to value for your AI products, which will improve the quality of end products and their time to market. As a result, you'll accelerate your AI and ML adoption and make it scalable. Open Data Discovery provides a simple framework to write connectors, pull and push adapters, for any tool you might need as a part of your custom catalog solution. This means you can easily plug in any tools and data sources and scale smoothly as you go. This includes adding any other data catalogs and machine learning tools. Open Data Discovery already has more than 25 connectors and is growing quickly. If you want to ask any specific tools, just let us know. Create an issue on GitHub or request a connector. So another poll time. 2 seconds, I will start it. Yeah, please answer question. What are your main use cases when it comes to data discovery and observability? What is more important for you, or maybe will be important in the future? I will wait for another minute. So it looks like we received most answers. I'm closing the poll, sharing results. So yeah, as we can see, the most important topics for our audience is reducing data discovery and evaluation time. Yeah, it's very important. And of course, governance and compliance. Thanks for answers. Let me continue. So yeah, let's switch to use cases. One of the common issues our clients fix with Open Data Discovery platform is going from chaotic to structured and clear onboarding of newcomers. When companies' data sources are sealed, incomplete, or don't have enough context, onboarding new people on a data team becomes a real pain. It's hard to introduce new team members to existing processes and tools. Without a centralized end-to-end system that embraces everything data-related and provides rich context to what's going on with all assets. The system should answer questions like, what is known about each source? Who owns it? What are its main parameters, to help us to detect how much we can trust a particular table and how we can use it. Having a central automated source of truth can democratize data for everyone in an organization. The first step of onboarding is to learn what data sources, data pipelines, and machine learning specific products are used in an organization. Optimizing this step saves hours on finding and understanding the context. Open data discovery allows to bring in an unlimited variety of tools, data catalogs, feature stores, and other machine learning tools thanks to ODD specification. It is based on Open Data Discovery Specification is an open standard for collecting metadata. You can use it to get adapters for anything you want to plug in into your data architecture. Simple data discovery, real end-to-end lineage, and observability facilitates collaboration between data engineers and machine learning teams. Before open data discovery, these teams were in the dark about what the other one was doing because tools like QUICKPOLL or Feast were not part of data discovery. Open Data Discovery Platform made ML World a part of data discovery by including machine learning entities as the first citizens. Now your data science and data engineering teams are on the same page. You could onboard them just by granting access to the platform. One more important aspect of data discovery is knowing who owns every data asset and what role. What you want to see what people work on and what data product and how your assets affect each other, especially when something goes wrong. Despite a wide variety of data catalogs, data discovery itself is far from solved. So data discovery is still messy and inefficient for nearly all data teams. It's too big a hassle to find the data you need and actually start working on data products. Spending nearly a half of your time looking for the right data is frustrating and really expensive. When data professionals start a new project, the first thing they need is to find relevant and high-quality data assets for their work. In many companies, this is still a partially or fully manual process, and even when automated, it often lacks the context necessary for fast and precise evaluation. In open data discovery, all of the data assets include rich context that helps to evaluate them in seconds. You can search them using filters by data source, namespace, owners, tags, and so on. For example, the overview section of every data asset in open data discovery shows original and custom metadata and description. In the demo, you'll see there is much more to it. Business names, general statistics, owners, their roles, data test reports, tags, and other important context. Data observability is the organization's ability to fully understand the health of data in their system. High risk of black box issues and bad data ending up in products, unpredictable time to resolution of data issues, limited data lineage, parts of pipelines missing from the picture. When something goes wrong, it's hard to know who, what, how, why got affected. Lack of trust in data and control over end products. When data fails, especially when it leads to data downtime, data professionals may have a hard time fighting on two fronts. On one hand, they need to find and fix the issue as soon as possible. On the other, they have to manage expectations of unnerved stakeholders. Open data discovery makes it easy to find the root cause of data issues. It gives you a uniquely full and detailed picture of what's going on in all of your pipelines and data assets, from ingestion to end product. With this truly end-to-end lineage, you'll have answers in just seconds, and the stakeholders won't need to wait for long. The next important component of data observability, of course, is alerting. Open data discovery alerts let its users to find the first to know about data incidents and reasons behind them. It alerts you right after the first ETL execution, before a new model gets a chance to train on wrong data, or your dashboard misinforms someone. So how does Open Data Discovery assure the quality of your data? So great data discovery tools already exist, and companies may have different preferences for them. So for Open Data Discovery, instead of writing our own data quality tools, we make it easy to leverage any of the existing ones and let you replace them as you see fit. After you add data quality tools in the Open Data Discovery Management panel, you can sleep well knowing that your data is always in check. Forgot the hours of manual testing, days of debugging, and weeks of worrying. This way, Open Data Discovery lets you to be confident about the quality of data your end products rely on. Open Data Discovery's integrated data quality testing allows you to monitor how changes in code and data affect the big picture and each other entity. Pretty much the way New Relic monitors uptime for web services. Open Data Discovery monitors the uptime of your data. Open Data Discovery's lineage and alerts are also powered with data quality information. Here you can see our roadmap. So we started early this year by creating a request for comments and our architecture. Our first MVP release was in Q3, and we just released the second version of our platform, mostly focused on observability features. The next big release would be also in this year and will include stability and more adapters. At the beginning of the next year, we're planning the next release, mostly focused on enterprise features, such as SAML authentication, role-based access control, and so on. Yeah, thank you for watching. Let me show you a demo. 1 second. I hope you see my screen. So this is the start page of our Open Data Discovery platform. You could see here objects linked to me because I'm owner of these data entities. I could see here also upstream dependence and downstream dependence, some popular items. I could see here alerts, overall quality, downtime, and SLA. So let's focus on data discovery feature. For example, I'm a data scientist and I would like to build a model based on some revenue table. So I could just revenue research. 1 second. Maybe. Yeah. So yeah, I found one table. Great. I could see here some custom metadata, which was updated by other users, and some predefined information which come from data sources. Here is also some description. I could see here rows, columns used by who use this table and where it comes from. I could also switch to structure to understand what columns do we have. Some basic statistics for these columns, like minimum, maximum value, number of unique values, number of nulls, and so on. I could also check lineage. So yeah, I see that this data is coming from DBT. It's also a DBT table, and some other DBT transformations use this table. I could also check data quality. I see that some data quality tools sending information about this table. Alerts, no alerts, great. If there will be any alerts for this entity, I will be able to see them in this tab, or even maybe in the data entity itself. You could update all this information, add tags for better discovery in the future, and so on. Let me switch to presentation. Okay, great. So yeah, thank you for listening. We encourage you to try Open Data Discovery platform right now. It is easily to install and doesn't require any complex infrastructure. Just PostgreSQL. Open Data Discovery is fully and forever open source under the Apache 2 license. Please go to our GitHub repository to check our installation guides and documentation. And please don't hesitate to ask questions using GitHub issues or reach to us on Slack or in chat. Yeah, I'm sharing these links with you in GoToWebinar chat window right now. Yeah, thank you for listening. And let's switch to Q&A. Let me check. Do we have any questions? No, unfortunately we don't. Yep. Let's wait for a couple minutes. Maybe some questions will appear. Anyway, yeah, please write your questions to our email, Slack, or wherever. Thanks for joining us today and watching our webinar. Thanks for your time. Yeah, thank you. Have a good day.